Of Cleveland Force Baseball. Today, in this edition of Cleveland Force Baseball, I am going to be taking on the Chicago Cubs. And the way I came up with this team, some of you that may live in the Cleveland, Ohio area may remember there was an indoor soccer team called the Cleveland Force. And this year I've decided to do a little ode to them and have a logo that I guess is similar to well, not really similar, but the uniforms might look a little familiar to you. So I hope you enjoy this. What I'm going to do here is, as I play, I have a tendency to breathe deep every once in a while, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my microphone off unless I have some kind of a commentary so that I'm not annoying anybody with that. And hopefully you'll enjoy this. The only other thing is, if my throat gets dry, I might pause it and get something to drink. So if we take a long break or a long pause, that'll be why. But I hope everybody enjoys it. And we'll talk here in a little bit.
Daytime baseball here on MLB Network. We expect a good one out of this Diamond Dynasty matchup between the Force and the Cubs. Two great hitters lead their teams to battle next on MLB Network. John Lester is on the mound for the Cubs in this one. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, he's got 5 pitches, and I mean, they're all good. He throws them for strikes. He dominates. He mixes speeds up. I asked him one day, what's your best pitch? And he told me all 5.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. He will lead this one off today.
Leading off for Cleveland, shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
And the first pitch of the afternoon misses for ball 1, and that's how things get underway here at Wrigley. Lester ready, the 1-0. Left it up in the zone, but it's a strike, 1-1. Clear skies this afternoon. 84 degrees is our first pitch temperature. 1-1 on its way from Lester. And he lays off for a ball, 2-1.
So that's 2 pitches in a row above the belt. As a hitter, that's what you're looking for, especially when it's a day game and the ball is carrying. That just wasn't a good enough pitch to hit.
2-1. Here's Lester's offering. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. But this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
And a good pitch there as this is swung on and missed for the first out of the ball game. Time now to give you a look at the batting order for the visiting squad. Harold, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Matt, have you seen this guy throw? Ooh, he is electric. What do you got to do against him? I think you got to attack him early. He's just too overpowering. His stuff is electric. He's got one of those great power arms that we'll talk about for years to come. You got to take it to him before he takes it to you.
Now the first pitch here from Lester. Christian Yelich comes on with one away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is Ed Drummond.
Well, the way I see Ed, he gets a lot of respect for his strike zone. There's not a lot of umpires in the league that have the kind of respect he does. He's consistent, he's got a great zone, and he's well respected across the board.
Here's a swing and a miss, 1-1. from the windup. The 1-1 pitch. Tries to go the other way as this is in the air to left field. Schwarber will get there with ease as he puts it away for out number 2.
Third baseman number 24, Miguel Cabrera.
Now at the plate, Miguel Cabrera. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And opposite field as he lines this down the line in right. And that's a fair ball heading out toward the 353 sign on the ivy. And he is into second with a 2-out double.
Wow, he almost blew that fastball by him, but he shows some quick hands to catch up to it and drive it down the opposite line. Didn't keep it fair by much, but he did, and that's a nice 2-bagger.
I absolutely love how clutch Cabrera is in this game. Kind of like in real life, huh?
Giancarlo Stanton now. As he'll take a look at ball 1. Great chance to drive in a run here in the early going.
Stanton's another guy that's really clutch in this game. For those of you that have him, you'll know. If you do play Diamond Dynasty and you don't, hope you get him because he's pretty clutch.
The 1-0 delivery. A knee-high sinker. Tough pitch. Strike 1.
This could be an interesting night for him. He gives up the extra base hit, and then he makes a location pitch that he needs to make. If he does that consistently, he'll have a good night.
Even at a ball and a strike. Here's the pitch. Fastball runs in tight here, and it's 2-1. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Jay has a read on it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Danger averted following the 2-out double. Bottom of the first, straight ahead. We're scoreless on MLB Network. CC Sabathia, the southpaw out of the Golden State, gets the call here. What's your take on him, H?
Well, he's got 4 pitches to work with and uses them all at all different times in the game. So he keeps hitters off balance and gives you a lot to think about.
In now is John Jay. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Cubs, center fielder.
You know, I'm kind of new to Diamond Dynasty. I never played it as much as I have with this particular game. Maybe somebody could leave me a comment and explain to me what the deal is with these gold and silver and star and diamond type of players, because I really don't get it. That would be nice. Thank you.
And that's inside for a ball. 1-0. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Here it comes on 1-1. Takes a high fastball for a strike.
We are watching him reach back and just challenge it with the fastball. Now we got a 1-2 count, and that's 3 fastballs in a row.
Here's Sabathia on 1-2. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away. And a chance now from the north side of Chicago to check out the Cubs starting lineup. What's going to be the key for him today, HR?
Well, Matt, this is a pitcher's duel all the way. And the key here is going to be how do you score runs if you get any. You get a runner on, you're going to have to be aggressive. You hit a ball in the gap and he's on first base, send him home. Take those chances because they're not going to be very often.
Here's Javier Baez. Into the windup and the pitch. And that one right down Main Street.
Jumped ahead with strike one there, and that's something he's going to do a lot of in this start. He doesn't have lights out stuff, so it's important for him to be pitching ahead and have the hitters on their heels.
Bases are empty, one man out. And this ball's heading for the seats down the right side as the count will move to 0-2 now. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
The main job of the number 1 and 2 hitters is to set the middle of the order up with an opportunity to do some damage. So when you strike both of them out, you're putting yourself in a pretty good position to make it through the teeth of the lineup without a whole lot of stress.
Now the first pitch from CC. Chris Bryant is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
Matt, we better fasten our seatbelts here. If they're going to get a win on the road, this is the guy to help get it done. 2 Ks in the bottom of the first. Uh-oh, he's on his game.
Sabathia ready with the 0-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Here's a blooper out toward left center. Zobrist onto the grass. And that retires the side. We've played an inning. No score here on MLB Network. Stepping up to the plate, Nelson Cruz will match up with John Lester now to lead off the inning.
Nelson Cruz.
Drilled to the right side. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Well, he gets a base hit right there on a sinker that just did not sink. Not a good sign for this guy. Look, he's going to have to execute a sinker or it's going to be a long night. Or should I say it's going to be a short night for him.
Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos, as he'll run up to bunt here, but misses for strike 1. Now Lester's 0-1, and a bunt attempt misses, and we'll see how they play it down 0-2.
Well, you got to get the bunt down right here, but that just was not very good form right there. It didn't look like he was going to get that down even if he made contact.
Swung on and missed. He didn't even come close to contact on a ball way out of the zone. 1 out.
All right, time for the majestic defensive alignment for the Cubs. And I'm looking at John Jay. You know, John Jay doesn't run real well, but you would not know it. He gets such great jumps on balls that he's places he should not be. You think the ball's going to land, and then you see John Jay sitting there waiting for it.
Here's Ryan Braun now. First swings for him in this one with a runner still at first and 1 gone.
Got to do better than that. That was a terrible at-bat by Ramos. Can't believe it.
Hit on the ground to third. 1 there. Back to Rizzo, and they get out of it here. A double play to retire the side.
Tried to stay out of a double play, and I hit into one. Wow.
5-3 to end the threat. Through an inning and a half. No score on MLB Network. Now at the plate, Anthony Rizzo. He'll stand in now against CC Sabathia to get the inning started.
Anthony Rizzo.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. Swing, line drive. That's going to be trouble. Rizzo will head for second. And the Cubs could be onto something here. It's a leadoff double.
Let's slow this one down and take another look. Great camera angle here, looking straight down the left field line. You see him take that inside route to the ball. His hands stay back, and he goes oppo to find himself at second.
Here's Ben Zobrist now, and he'll hit with a chance to push across the game's first run.
Yeah, great RBI opportunity here, but at the very least, he needs to find a way to advance that runner to third. Small things like that in a tight game can make a big difference.
Here's the first pitch to him. There's a breaking ball over the outer half. The 0-1 delivery. Ripped down the first base line, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now.
Well, he got a piece of that breaking ball right there. That's the second one he's seen in a row now, and he fouled that one off. Let's see if he comes back with a third one. 3 in a row.
0-2, here it comes. Now a changeup locks him up as he looks at strike 3 called. 1 away.
Okay, here's the defense for the away team, brought to you by Majestic. I'm looking down there at Xander Bogaerts, and watching him work early tells me why he's become such a good defender in the big leagues. He's out here 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon going through his routine, making sure he catches the ball and makes all the plays.
Coming to the plate now, Kyle Schwarber, and he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
This is the 2001 version of CC
First pitch of
Sabathia.
the at-bat on its way. Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it.
Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
As I was starting to say, of course, 2001 was CC's rookie year, and that was a heck of a year for him. I believe he won 17 games that year. So, sometimes I don't understand ratings in video games, and the rating that they've given him based on that year in this game, I'm not sure I understand.
In the dirt here. Runner holds as the count moves to 2-1. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Way in front of that fastball.
2-2.
Bottom of the second here with no score. Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
Now, after back-to-back strikeouts, he's got a real good chance of making that leadoff double pretty much meaningless. He's made some good pitches, and these hitters have really failed driving him in or at least getting him over.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away. Oh, and 1, here it comes. This is swung on and lifted down the left field line, but it'll get back into the crowd as he jumps ahead of him now. 0-2. 0-2 coming from Sabathia. Now a breaking ball runs in on him as he's got to get his hands out of the way on that pitch.
You know, we'll see him work both sides of the plate with his curveball. Maybe not that far in, but he'll move that pitch around the zone to give it a different look.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And a fastball swung on and missed, and the side is retired. 1 hit, 1 left. We've played 2 full, and we are tied 0-0.
Pretty big inning there for Sabathia.
It's a great day for baseball here in Chicago as we welcome you back to this MLB Network broadcast from Wrigley Field. Digging in, the
Leading
switch
off for
hitter,
Cleveland,
Ben Zobrist.
second
He'll
baseman,
step in to lead it
Ben
off in the top of the
Zobrist.
third. And this will be fouled away. The windup and the 0-1. Takes a knee-high fastball. Oh-2 now from Lester. And that's a swinging strike three in the dirt. Contreras corrals it, and he makes the throw to first. Zobrist is retired, and there's one away.
Pitcher number 52.
At the plate, CC Sabathia, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Third inning, no score to this point. Good cut fastball that time, and he's in control now. 0-2.
I think he just subscribed to the swing hard in case you hit it philosophy of hitting. As a pitcher, why not? Better than standing up there like you've never held a bat before.
And he misses there. 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. Didn't look to me like that was much of a protect swing with 2 strikes.
No, he was trying to go yard, 2 strikes or not. Kind of looks bad if you strike out like he did, though. I'm sure his manager would have liked for him to focus on getting on base.
Hey there, Camp Games. How are you?
Ready for another chance? Xander Bogaerts. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. Hot shot on the ground is short. Scooped up on the backhand. And the off-balance throw is right there for the third out, and a high degree of difficulty on that one as the side is retired off of one leg in the
I'm doing really well.
Falling away. That is pure
Enjoying
magic.
this?
We've played 2.5, no score on MLB Network. Here's Jason Hayward now. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Jason Hayward.
Here comes the first pitch. And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Now a fastball. Look out as he has to duck out of harm's way there.
Wow, fastball up and in. I'm not sure it was intended to be that far up and that far in, but message sent. Beware.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And this is fouled back and out.
You
of play.
play Diamond Dynasty Camp Games?
Now this pitch sails up and in, and that leaves him muttering to himself. It's ball 2.
Pretty sure there wasn't any ill will behind that pitch, considering he has 2 strikes on him. Just got away from him from what I could tell.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss as he picks up yet another strikeout. 6 of them already, and there's 1 gone in the inning.
Boy, he's really on a roll in the hill right now. As we roll through it again, remember, he struck out the side in the last inning, and now he picks up right where he left off by striking off the leadoff man here. Let's see if he can keep this going for a little bit.
Into the box, John Lester. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
Well, MLB The Show 16 is a good one too. I have a Diamond Dynasty on that one as well.
0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Strike two at a pitch that catches the outside corner.
Wow, he's cruising right now out there. 4 straight punch outs and working on number 5.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. Boy, and they cannot touch him right now.
You have a pretty good team.
5 strikeouts on the ledger, and there are 2 away.
Man, he is looking flat out unhittable on the mound right now. That's 5 straight punch outs. I love it, but I think he might want to get his defense involved at some point so they don't fall asleep.
Into the box now, John Jay. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He was called out on strikes to open the home first. Now the 1-0 from CC. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. 2 out, nobody on. And that fastball's too much for him there. 1-2.
This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact, let alone putting the ball in play.
This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Zobrist is there. On to Stanton at first, and the side
What do you
is
call your
retired.
team?
So nothing happening this time around. 3 innings complete, and we are tied 0-0. With Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian with you as the left-handed hitting Christian Yelich settles in to start out the inning. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Lays off 1-0. Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
Hit on the ground out to short. There to plate is Zobrist. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Third baseman number 24, Miguel Cabrera.
Trying to pick things up where we left off. Miguel Cabrera. He'll try to follow up the double in his last.
That's pretty cool. Are you from that area?
Right here. Now the first pitch here from Lester. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Lester is there to take it, and they're able to take care of Cabrera on just a single pitch. Digging in for his second at-bat, Giancarlo Stanton. And, Dan, it seems like this starter is just dominating the game right now. Feels like we're seeing a lot of 3-up, 3-down innings.
No doubt about that, Matt. Hey, I've enjoyed watching him go about his business, but I'm also interested to see if this offense can figure out a way to get a couple of cracks in his armor before it gets too late.
Yeah, that remains to be seen. Down on the shins and missed with it. Ball 1.
Oh, cool. So I'll take it you're probably for the Warriors tonight, huh?
Has a read on it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning.
Oh, never mind. I see you're from Carolina. I thought you said California. I'm sorry.
Half of inning number 4, and we are tied 0-0. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Javier Baez. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
I see.
First pitch coming. Here it is.
Yeah, I've been through North Carolina before. It's pretty cool. I like it there.
I like the fact that they're swinging early in the count, and they're really aggressive right now early in this game. But there will come a time you got to be patient. If you're swinging the strikes, that's one thing, but make him work a little bit.
Left side. Bogarts on the slide. It's in time.
Heck of a play, Bogarts. All right.
Well, that was certainly worth another look with show track. He made that play look easy, but the sliding stop is anything but. Then he rifles the ball across the infield to complete the out. Just a great play all the way around.
But the Nationals are probably the closest team for you to root for, though, aren't they? Cool. Well, if you ever do, it's a very good game to invest in. I really enjoy it.
And he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. And that misses 1-1. No runs, just one hit. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
Here's Sabathia on 1-2. Fouled back.
Yeah, I usually buy the game every year. It's I love baseball video games. Baseball is one of my favorite sports, so they play. I bet the game. Oh boy, yeah, that's gone. Yikes.
Into the bleachers and gone. So a solo shot here to left center field, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Well, how do you beat the shift? You hit it over the shift, of course. You can't play guys up in the sky, so he lifts this one up and out of here.
First baseman
Anthony Rizzo stands in now.
Anthony Rizzo.
As he'll watch a first pitch curveball drop in there for strike one. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up.
I do. I like to get the Manton games. The game that I wish that they'd bring back are those NCAA football games, though. I thought those were the best.
But it gets foul.
Oh, he's going to want that pitch again. That
but I enjoy
right
Manton
down
myself.
the middle in his wheelhouse. His eyes lit up. He just didn't let it travel deep enough where he could square it and keep it fair.
And he struck him out, and that's 8 strikeouts thus far.
Hey, every pitcher gives up home runs, some more than others, but the best ones forget about them as soon as the next guy digs into the batter's box. He showed me a lot right there by going after the next hitter and striking him out on only 3 pitches.
What I really like when it comes to Manton is that draft champions, though. I think it's phenomenal.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Sabathia into his motion, coming at him with the 0-1. Ball line foul as that'll get over the Cubs dugout. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. And another foul ball.
That's a nice job of staying alive. A 2-strike breaking ball just out of the zone. He was able to put enough on it to get another pitch.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive.
I like that combination right there. Show him the curveball, and now that fastball sitting in the low 90s is going to look even faster. Nice job of mixing it up.
And the 0-2 here is fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. Now here it comes. Might have jammed him a little there as this is softly hit and foul off to the left. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. So just the one hit in the inning, but it's a home run that pushes him out in front. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. The Cubs are on top 1-0. Striding in once again, Nelson Cruz. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest. Into the windup and the
cool.
pitch.
Well, I'll take a look at that.
This ball's hit in the air down the right side and out of play. 0-1. That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And he chased up and out of the zone, a swing and a miss.
Thank you for that, by the way.
Fastball, it won't overpower a lot of guys, but if it's mixed in well, it's a real effective pitch.
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone.
Okay, cool.
I'll tell you, he looks really dialed in on the bump right there. He's got a shutout going, and he really seems to have this lineup off balance. Even when he challenges them up in the zone, they don't have an answer for it.
Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And there's the good fastball from Lester as he jumps ahead. No balls and a strike.
Well, he's really having good success in this game. And, you know, looking at it, you go, how's he doing it? Well, it's surely not the first pitch strike.
We'll have to get together and play sometime.
First pitch strikes. That's good. It's not great. For the type of success he's having, you can't figure it out.
On the ground to third. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
The left fielder, number 8, Ryan Braun.
Here's Ryan Braun now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch on its way. Oh, forget about this one. Baba Booey. Looking up is Contreras. That one is out of here. This game is tied. Ryan Braun with the solo home run. And this ball game is tied at 1.
When that pitch was grooved right down Main Street, he couldn't believe it. He started salivating when he saw it, but stayed back enough to put a great swing on it.
The second baseman,
standing in now, Ben Zobrist. And he puts it on the ground to second. Baez fields it cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Just one hit in the inning, but it was a big one right here as it ties the ball game. Middle of the afternoon here in Wrigleyville. All even now at 1-1. Settling in now, Kyle Schwarber. He'll start things out in the home half of inning number 5.
Kyle Schwarber.
First offering on its way. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball 1. Takes a fastball on the inside corner. Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Yeah, it really does, Matt, but this offense isn't helping him too much. It sort of feels like the next team to score is going to win this thing.
Now Sabathia's 1-1. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Again, he sends it out of play. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And he struck him out. So double digits now. 10 strikeouts for him thus far. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our 2 starters. Both guys topping out at 95 miles an hour. So coming to the plate, Wilson Contreras comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Now the first pitch from CC. And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
This is the time in the game you start thinking, hey, they might get better swings. Then you see a swing like that. Boy, he's still got it working.
Here's one in the air now for Braun out in left. And there's the second out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 22, Jason Hayward.
Here's Jason Hayward now, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at bat. Into the windup and the pitch. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A wave and a miss, a tick behind a good fastball.
I gotta say, his command of the corners in this start has been pretty exceptional. He's mixed east and west really well, and it's a big reason why he's had success.
Sabathia's ready. Here's the 0-2. And a breaking ball runs in and gets him, and I doubt there was any intent behind that.
You know, with 2 outs and nobody on, that's the last thing you want to do on the mound. That really gives the opposition some hope that they can do something with this inning.
Digging in to try it again, John Lester. He was a strikeout victim in his first try. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. A high fastball is in there.
I like the aggressiveness, Matt. He hits a batter, then he comes right back with the fastball and says, dare you to hit it. I'm coming after you.
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Runner aboard at first here with 2 gone in a 1-1 ball game. This ball's grounded foul. Trying to send him packing for the second time. And a good 2-strike swing here as he's been fighting off some tough pitches, but the count will remain at 0-2.
Well, that'll get your head shaking at the plate. That's a pitch he hasn't used much in this game. Now he throws that for a strike, and you add that to the rest of his repertoire. Man, it's tough to cover them all.
And yet another strikeout here. His 11th of the ball game, and this one ends the inning. So no runs on no hits, no errors, and a runner left on. 5 innings complete, all tied at 1-1. Ready for another chance? CC Sabathia. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Pitcher, CC Sabathia.
First pitch coming. Here it is. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike. The windup and the 0-1. Changeup gets him out in front for strike 2. 0-2 now from Lester. And not much of an effort there as he'll look at strike 3 called. And on 3 pitches, he's your first out of the inning.
Well, pitching domination continues. Just a total of 2 runs on the board. So both of these starters should feel really good about their showings. If you love good pitching, this has been the game for you.
Here's Xander Bogaerts now. as he'll look at a breaking ball that misses for ball one. No hits to this point. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. And now a swing and a ball hit hard back up the middle. On to first, and there were two down.
Well, I think he got away with one right there. It was a fastball right down the middle, and he hit it hard, but he couldn't elevate it at all. Would have been a different story if he did.
In is Christian Yelich. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Here's the first pitch to him. And a fastball just below the knees, ball one.
He's done a nice job of getting those 2 quick outs before the 2 hitters coming to the plate right now, because he knows what's sitting down there down the order. So you stay aggressive against those little guys, try to get them out the way.
Fastball misses away here. It's 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. And he pops it up back behind second base. And Zobrist will make the catch, and that'll be that. So they go quietly here in this half inning. Top of the order due up in the home half of the 6th. All tied at 1-1. Stepping in and ready for another shot, John Jay. He'll lead it off as we start the home 6th.
John Jay.
Here comes the first pitch. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Skied in the air to straightaway left. And this is taken out there by Braun for the first out.
Second baseman, number 9, Javier Baez.
Here's Javier Baez. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. Sabathia really putting all of his body behind that fastball. It's strike one. One out, nobody on. Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one.
The batter.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. And he gets a piece here as this ball is fouled away. Set to deliver the 0-1. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now.
He had some really good late action on that slider right there. It's hard to do anything with that pitch unless you're sitting on it and catch it out front before it breaks all the way in.
Working for the punch out and the offering. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left. Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. Another 0-2 home. Now a swing and another ball that I believe will find its way into the seats. Still 0-2.
A lot of times you see guys in the middle of the order get worked away, but not right here. They're keeping it inside on him.
Ready with another 0-2. And he's just rolling right now, and even dozen strikeouts for him in the ball game.
In a double play situation, you kind of expect most pitches to be down in the zone, hoping for a ground ball. So that was an interesting pitch selection to go up in the zone. I think he caught him off guard a little bit.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Now the 1-0 from CC. Takes a knee-high fastball.
What a great adjustment. The high fastball in the first one didn't have a good release point. The next one he's able to put it on the corner, correcting himself as the at-bat goes on. I love it.
Runners on the move for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. And he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. We'll see Miguel Cabrera leading off when we get back. We're through 6 full, all tied at 1-1. Welcome back here to the historic friendly confines of Wrigley Field. All square at 1 as we get set to start the 7th. But before we do, let's take a look at the game summary to this point. Digging in to try it again, Miguel Cabrera. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. '50th pitch of the game on its way. Hit hard towards center, and this inning starts with a solid base hit. So that puts the leadoff man aboard to get the inning underway.
He's got to feel good about himself. A multi-hit game. He knows he's been struggling. We know he's been struggling. Maybe this is the start of good things to come.
Giancarlo Stanton now. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch of the at-bat. Now a ball hit pretty well to left, but this is going to wind up in the seats foul. Here comes the 0-1. Smoked on the ground up the middle, and this will get by Zobrist at short. It's a base hit.
Back-to-back hits, and now they're in a position to break this inning open. You can bunt, you can hit and run, you can do a lot of things now to take the lead and really put some pressure on the defense.
Here's Nelson Cruz now. Hit high and deep out to left field. A leap, but he won't get it. It's off the wall. Cabrera rounds third and is digging for the plate. In to score the runner from second.
Well, that's a huge base hit. Anytime you get a hit late in the game to give you the lead in the ball game, you feel good about yourself, and his teammates are pumped up as well.
Here comes the Chicago skipper now up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And I believe that's going to be all for John Lester. He'll leave after 6 and at the very least kept his club in it to this point. Carl Edwards Jr. comes on now, and he'll take over with nobody out in inning number 7.
Carl Edwards Jr.
Stepping in now, Wilson Ramos, as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. The 1-0 delivery. Now a swing and a hard hit grounder, but a foul ball. 1-1.
Oh, I know he'd like to see that pitch again. Just out in front of it. Just wasn't able to keep it fair, but he saw it pretty good.
Couldn't lay off that time, and it's 1-2.
That fastball right there will humble you. He threw it right by him. So now what do? You spread out, you use your hands, and try to be as quick as you can when you see that ball get released out of his hand.
1-2. Here it comes. Swung on in the dirt, and that's a strikeout. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
Cubs have someone working in their bullpen now as a right-hander's begun to get loose. Into the box, Ryan Braun. And this one's in the dirt. Comes set with the 0-1. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie.
Well, there's no doubt what he was thinking on those first two swings. Big power swings. Now he's got to dial it back a little bit and try to put that ball in play.
Looking for the K. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that time. 2 away.
That's not an at-bat he's going to look back on and be happy about. Obviously, the strikeout result isn't good, but to go down on 3 pitches and none of which were even in the strike zone, as you see there, that's not a good look.
Ready once again, Ben Zobrist. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch. And this is going to be a foul ball. 2 down, runners at first and second. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Another one sent foul. Chopped foul wide of first. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away.
This has turned into quite an at-bat. That's 5 foul balls. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
On its way, the 0-2 pitch. To short, hit hard. Zobrist has it. He'll go to Baez at second for the force, and that ends the inning. So it's a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on. Get out the microphone. Stretch time here at Wrigley. The force lead this one 2-1. Striding in once again, Anthony Rizzo. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just the single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Now the first pitch from CC. Well struck, but foul over by the coaching box. Sabathia ready with the 0-1. Right by him here, and he's set up for another strikeout here. The count to 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Got him. As he just continues to mow down these hitters. 13 strikeouts now.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I'll tell you, in a one-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
First delivery to him on the way. Ben Zobrist stands in for the third time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Yelich racing back. He gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, left fielder Kyle Schwarber.
Stepping up now, Kyle Schwarber. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far. And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
Well, that's another first pitch strike right there. Now he's over 70% so far in this game. First pitch strike to hitters. That's why he's deep in the game right now.
This ball will be chopped foul. We're in the 7th inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. And he's going to add to the total. 14 punch-outs now as that ends the inning. Nothing doing here this half. 8th inning coming up. Cleveland leads this one 2-1. Brian Dunzing has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 32, Brian Dunzing.
J.D. Martinez is into the on-deck circle now, and by doing so, that'll signal the end for CC Sabathia. On to the 8th here as a slider is taken to begin the at-bat. It's ball 1. The pitch. This is skied into short left center. And the pinch hitter is retired here, 1 away.
The shortstop, number 2.
Time to bring you up to date on the numbers for our 2 starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown 9 have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Ready for another shot now. Xander Bogaerts. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
Boy, he's lucky to be sitting here 1-1 right now. He swung at the ball out of the zone, then check swung on that one. I don't know if he's seeing the ball very well right now.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike. Ready to deal. Here's the 2-1. Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, the center fielder, Christian Yelich.
In is Christian Yelich. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1.
That just can't happen. I mean, first pitch, if you know what you're going to swing at, you got to have a good swing. You can't take a bad swing on the first pitch of an at-bat.
Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. Line to the right side. And that's going to get down in front of Hayward for a base hit. Digging in and looking for more, Miguel Cabrera. 2 for 3 with a double on his line so far. From the stretch. Lined back over second. In there, a base hit.
Well, he hit that ball hard. He's been seeing the ball great. That right there now makes him 3 for 4 in the evening. Really swinging the bat.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo Stanton now. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. And a reach with the backhand, but he comes up empty as that gets by him. And that's going to plate the runner from second as this is now a 3-1 ball game. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. So 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Force are out in front 3-1. Joaquin Benoit is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. He'll see what he can do leading off the home 8.
Wilson Contreras.
And that misses, ball 1. The 1-0 delivery. A fastball that just misses inside.
When you've got a guy that throws a good 2-seam fastball, you have to be ready for him to try to run it inside and jam you. Good job to lay off that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see it again.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Over the outside half, and it's 2-1.
They can't afford to continue to fall back any further. They got to get something going on the offensive side. Somebody's got to step up, give a big hit, maybe even a home run, drop a bunt, do something. But this offense
Cool,
has
good to see you,
going.
Cam.
The 2-1 on its way. Late that time for a strike.
Beautifully thrown splitter right there. High 80s, down in the zone. Looks like a fastball coming in, and then it just drops off the table. You can get a lot of swinging strikes with that.
Ball 3. 3-2 now.
Yeah, well, down 2. You better believe they gladly take a leadoff walk right here. Anything to get a base runner on and get that tying run to the plate.
Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Once again, a 3-2. Oh, a fastball swung on and missed, and for the second time today, he's gone on strikes.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
Here's Jason Hayward now. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. There's a fastball right over the inside corner.
Well, he finds himself down 0-2, but those are 2 good pitchers' pitches. Both on the inside half, both for strikes. There's nothing you can do with it. You just got to hope now you get something to hit. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch.
Hit hard but foul as that finds the stands over the Cub dugout. Here's another 0-2. Hit hard but foul toward first, so he'll come back and line it up again. The 0-2 once more. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first two men he faces out of the bullpen.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Number 8 will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here. And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike one. He'll attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first two guys going down on strikes to start the inning. The windup and the 0-1. Behind a changeup, if you can imagine, for a strike.
One pitch away from wrapping up a very good inning's work out of the bullpen here.
Benoit has the target. Here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Pedro Strop enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Here's Nelson Cruz now. He's looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat.
Nelson Cruz.
And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here. 0-1. Squared that one up just a little late. And 2 count. Here's the pitch. Lays off that time, and it's 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. A swing and a miss on a ball way out of the zone, and there's 1 away.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just starts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
I have really got to learn to lay off of that. If you've watched my videos, you know I'm a sucker for that pitch.
Here's the catcher, Wilson Ramos, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. Nope. And a fastball just a bit up.
Clearly they're not trying to give him anything to hit, are they? I mean, everything's away, but he's sitting 2-0. Let's see if he extends and maybe looks outside to drive something.
2-0 pitch on the way. And this pitch is inside, and he can't find the zone all of a sudden. 3-0.
I understand pitching carefully to this guy in the box, but the man on deck doesn't represent any relief either. He's going to have to go after one of these guys.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. Swing and a liner. Foul.
Ooh, that was a good pitch to hit. He wants that one back. He was just a little bit late on it.
Set. Here's the 3-1. And he pops it up, drifting just beyond the infield. Here's Baez to make the catch, and that becomes out number 2.
The left fielder, number 8, Ryan Braun.
So striding in, Ryan Braun. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. First delivery to him on the way. Soft liner towards short. Leaps and makes a terrific catch. And with that, the side is retired. Another look as he goes way up to get that one at short. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. In now is John Jay. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as
Mark Melanson, if the man called on to close this one and earn a save in the ninth. There's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. Swing and a looper to left. Braun is there, and he's got that all-important first out here to start the ninth.
Second baseman, number 9, Javier Baez.
Here's Javier Baez. He comes into this at-bat 0 for 2 with the hit by pitch. Here comes the first pitch.
Nope,
and that misses for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Here it comes, 1-0. That's wide, 2-0. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Belt high and right down the middle for a strike. The 2-1 pitch is a fastball swung on and missed, 2-2. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now.
You know what was really impressive to me about that strikeout? He fell behind 2-0 to start the at-bat. That's a pretty bad place to be, but then he kind of refocused himself and came right back with 3 quality pitches in a row to sit him down. That's not easy to do, but now his focus has to hone in on getting ahead on the next guy.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And this is fouled back and out of play. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, this one sort of ends like we expected it to. The higher ranked team gets the victory and continues to move up the Diamond Dynasty rankings.
3-1 the final score this afternoon. John Lester is tagged with the loss despite giving up only 2 unearned runs. So that's a wrap for this afternoon. For Harold, Dan, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network.
Okay, so that's going to do it. Just an absolutely brilliant 13 strikeout performance by CC Sabathia this afternoon. And that's going to do it for this broadcast of Cleveland Force Baseball. We'll have another one real soon, so please join us then. The final score for this broadcast of Cleveland Force Baseball: the Cleveland Force 3, the Chicago Cubs 1. So long, everybody.